I think this might be a little bit of a retread of Luciano's presentation, but I'm going to be emphasizing on our company, introducing what we do and how we make our services using technology. Before I bore all of you to sleep, I want to just mention two things that you know. That JPMorgan uses small talk. Okay, so that's one message I want to give to you. Thank you. So, second thing is that we are hiring in Argentina. Those two things, please remember. All right. JPMorgan Chase and Company. For those of you who don't know, we are one of the very few universal banks. That means that we do everything. Like so, consumer banking, retail, community banking, commercial banking, corporate investment banking, asset management. There are very, very few companies that actually does all that. And the other thing is that we are a universal bank, meaning that we operate in many, many different countries. So I'll cover some of that in the slide, but just to give you an idea, we do all that in 60 countries in the world. 60, right? And one other thing that I want to point out, which is very important, is that corporate investment bank, which happens to be the largest driver of revenue over the years for JPMorgan Chase, is run by an Argentine who started working here in Buenos Aires. So I'll cover some of that later on. All right, so we're very big. All right, so $100 billion in revenue last year, almost. That's about the size of an economy in many countries around the world. And $2.4 trillion in assets. And that's absolutely massive. And we do have almost 250,000 people working for us. So $6 trillion of payments a day. That's what we process. I mean, that's just imagine that. I mean, what's the size of a U.S. economy? I mean, it's 10 trillion, 6 trillion payments processed. That's a lot of commerce that we're facilitating. And anything that ships grains to Africa, to building schools in Bangladesh, a lot of those payments has to be made to actually enable those to happen. And we are a big part of it. And each year, we spend $8 billion. Let me just emphasize, $8 billion a year in building infrastructure, providing technical solutions, and facilitating all these activities. All right, so what do? We build anything from iPhone apps for our clients to trade processing, massively large-scale systems, to algo trading systems that connects to the exchanges and does 200,000 trades, in a day. And so, to build all that, we need a lot of technologies, right? So that I think that the complexity and size of scale of the problem that we face in each and every day in our organization is unparalleled, and that provides a great deal of opportunities for people who are creative and very technical and want to build really, really great stuff. All right, so now we come to the size of our technology department. So 40,000, right? So that's actually like large organization. That's bigger than most of the technology companies in the world. And JPMorgan, as many banks, are becoming technology firms in order to compete and survive. Because market pressure and the regulatory requirements are absolutely massive. I mean, in order to comply with all that and meet the demands of the clients, you have to employ more and more technology. I mean, we use a lot of technology now. 5-10 years from now, we would have to use a lot more technology than now. We need to be able to scale even more, and we need to process our trades and set up cash payments a lot faster than we are doing now in order to just compete. All right. So what do we need? We need technology professionals of all spectrum. Like we started with infrastructure engineers. Obviously, we build a lot of networks and put in a lot of servers. We have to maintain them, and we need T1 lines and also co-located servers in the exchanges and all that stuff. All the very, very large number of technologies that we need to actually build in for us to actually run our software. Right. So we need people who are very, very, very talented in that area as well. And but we do hire a lot of software developers. So obviously. We need a lot of small-talk programmers, and there are a lot of you here. And we have about 90 across the globe, but we do want to hire a lot more, and we want to build a very large team in Buenos Aires, and that's part of the reason why we're here. All right, so let's skip that. I'm not going to play the video. Okay, so like, all right, so these gray ones are so-called primary centers. There we run most of our businesses. So, especially in CIB and commercial and investment banks, and any things that bonds we trade, derivatives we trade, FX, commodities we trade, they're mostly done in those gray areas. So Tokyo, Hong Kong, Sydney, London, New York, Chicago, and San Francisco. The problem with those sites is that we're running out of real estate. So now we need to continue to grow our technology teams, and we also want to sort of consolidate it into one location. So like when you put many smart people together in one location, they tend to produce better product, and that's been proven over and over the years. And we just can't simply do that in Tokyo, Hong Kong, or London, or New York. I mean, the real estate cost is immense, and all the main offices for many conglomerates are stationed there, and we find it very, very difficult to find large location for our technologists to actually work together. So what we decided to do is to build a large number of hubs for operations and technology. And so you can see a large cluster of them in the U.S. Sensibly, we do have Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and 3 locations in India. And latest one that we found, we decided to put the hub in is Buenos Aires. And why did we do that? So let me talk about that. So I mentioned before that we hired Daniel Pinto from Buenos Aires about 20 years ago. He started from this office, went to Mexico, took on more responsibility, went to New York. Now he's running the entire commercial investment bank for JPMorgan. And when I was working in Tokyo, I used to run fixed income technology department in Tokyo, and I was there for 6 years. And I found that the head of Asia business, which is one of the largest businesses that we have in JPMorgan, was also run by an Argentine. So then last December, I got a call from my manager asking me if I spoke Spanish. So I was wondering why he was asking me that question, and then we might need you to go to Buenos Aires. So I called only one Argentine friend that I had and asked me if it was a good idea for me to go, and he said, it's a great place to live. You love it, just go. So I took a family of 5 and just flew out here 3 months ago. And then I found out that LATAM business, that's all of Americas except US, was also run by an Argentine. So I started thinking, okay, well, that's really strange. Asia is run by Argentine, LATAM is run by an Argentine, and CIB is run by Argentine. Then we look at many high-performing teams within JPMorgan. If you look at the team makeup, many of them, some of the superstars in those teams were from Buenos Aires. So I kind of see why we are here. I mean, this is over a couple of decades of experience in hiring people out of Buenos Aires. People are very, very talented here, and I think this is a really, really good place to build. And the other thing is that because of the culture, and our people we hire in this region tend to really, really work well together, and we need to build not only smart individuals, but individuals who can work with as a team, and that's naturally easier to build, as it seems to be in this region. So that's why we're here. So many of the hubs that we're going to build these high-performance workplaces. I don't know if you know much about this, and this was really popularized in Silicon Valley, and now it's spreading across the industries. And when we build technology hubs, we tend to build buildings in that type of design. And so what do we do? And one thing you have to remember, when you go to a supermarket, you're not going to see JPMorgan chocolate bars. What we provide to our clients is that basically what we come up with intellectually. And so we have to hire talented people, and we have to continue to help them fulfill their potential. And so we're very, very big on mentoring and training, and that goes throughout their career, and we ensure that they're continuing to be challenged and educated and trained up and new knowledge and new skill set in order for them to actually perform even better. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship where individuals they are challenged and they continue improving their skill set. And for JPMorgan, when they have more knowledge and they're more skilled, then they produce more. So it's a win-win for on both sides. Okay, I'm not going to play the video. All right, so this was covered by Luciano yesterday, right? So Capital was built on small-talk technology 20 years ago, and it has been proven over the years, and it is productive, scalable, and flexible and portable. And we have traded just millions and millions of derivative trades through this. And we continue to actually value and manage risk and P&L using the platform. And so, over the years, we have had 400 developers contributed to building this platform, and it is continuing. And evidence of this is that we're building fresh new teams over here, and we built a team for race trading technology, and we'd like to build another team to actually build out infrastructure for FX trading technology, and I think that's going to continue for other asset classes as well. So we have 12 instances of Capital in London, New York, and Asia, and all on single code base, and with continuous integration deployment running 24/7, because our trading business is a 24/7 trading business, and we start the day with Sydney, go to Tokyo, London, New York, and these things are just continuous happen over and over until, for FX, for example, only one day out of the year they do not trade is January 1st. So there's no rest for those guys. How large is it? Well, so I think the number is 44,000 servers, right? 66. I got that one wrong. So we have 66,000 servers in JPMorgan, and we're the third largest compute farm in JPMorgan, and many other businesses like credit derivative trading also uses a lot of farms, but the computation that is necessary to process millions of trades and complexity of the products that we have to actually handle, which requires a great deal of computation and quantitative analytics, and they must run a compute farm to actually be able to handle that. So we run images on thousands of CPUs, and as you mentioned before, 1.2 petabytes. Well, petabytes is 1,000 times the terabytes, so you can imagine the amount of data that we have to pass around to process all these data, trades. So we have 60 developers. That's right? 90, sorry. So that's misquote. 90 developers, and we have presence of that in Tokyo, Hong Kong, Mumbai, New York, London. New York and London are the largest footprint in terms of Capital developers, but we're building a large team in Buenos Aires. So what we do, we're very thankful to be part of this. I think for us to see you guys coming up with continue to evolve Smalltalk, and you guys have been doing this for a long time, and I think we've benefited quite a bit. And Smalltalk is a great technology, and we're going to continue to use it for the next decades. And we do need smart and motivated people to come and join us and help us actually make it even better. All right, so we are hiring, and there's Luciano, who was a presenter yesterday. There's me, and there are a few JPMorgan people here. Please come and talk to us if you're interested. And I guess at this point, I'll choose any questions you guys have. I guess not. Thank you very much.